Dear students, today's topic of my lecture, motion in a straight line, part 4. So what you have to learn in part 4, that is here, non-uniform motion, acceleration, uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration, position time graph and velocity time graph. So one by one I will explain. The first one is non-uniform motion. The particle is said to have non-uniform motion if it covers unequal displacement in equal interval of times. However, small these time intervals may be. Now, what is acceleration? If the velocity of a body changes either in magnitude or in direction or both, then it is said to have an acceleration. For example, we say that for a freely falling body, the velocity changes in magnitude and hence it has acceleration. Another example, for a body moving round a circular path with uniform speed, then the velocity changes in direction and hence it has acceleration. And third one is for a projectile whose trajectory is parabolic, then the velocity changes in magnitude as well as in direction and hence it has acceleration. So all the three situations I explained with the help of examples, that if velocity of body changes either in magnitude or in direction or both, then it is said to have an acceleration. The acceleration and the velocity of a body need not to be in the same direction, that you remember it. For example, we say that a body thrown vertically upward, then the velocity of the body is in upward direction, but acceleration due to gravity is in the opposite direction. So that's why we say that the acceleration and the velocity of body need not to be in the same direction. Now for a body moving with uniform acceleration, an average velocity, that can be written as V average equal to u vector plus v vector divided by 2. Its meaning is that u is the initial velocity, v is the final velocity. Now if the body can have zero velocity and non-zero acceleration, means a body can have zero velocity, but in that condition it is not necessary that acceleration is also zero, that may be non-zero. For that purpose we take an example. For a particle projected vertically up, then velocity of the particle at the highest point is 0, but acceleration is not 0, that is equal to minus g, that is minus acceleration due to gravity. So remember this point. Another point is that if a body has uniform speed, then it may have acceleration. For example, uniform circular motion. In this uniform circular motion, although the speed is uniform, but the direction changes. So that's why it has acceleration. If a body has uniform velocity, then in that condition it has no acceleration. Remember these points, which is very important. Another point is acceleration of free fall in vacuum is uniform and is called acceleration due to gravity, and it is equal to 980 centimeter per second square or 9.8 meter per second square. Now another topic is acceleration of a particle can be defined as the time rate of change of its velocity, and mathematically we can write a average vector equal to v2 minus v1 vector divided by t2 minus t1, or we can say that a average vector equal to delta v vector upon delta t. Delta means difference. Now the acceleration of a particle at any instant or at any point is called instantaneous acceleration. And that can be written as a vector equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta v vector upon delta t. Similarly, as we have explained earlier in earlier videos while explaining the instantaneous velocity. So when we write this expression in terms of the differentiation, then we will get a vector equal to dv vector upon dt. Its meaning is that the velocity is differentiated with respect to the time. Or we can write this in terms of the displacement, a vector equal to d square s vector upon dt square. Its meaning is that double differentiation means second derivative. dv upon dt is the first derivative of the velocity with respect to the time. Similarly, d square upon dt square, that is the second derivative of displacement. Now you have to note down some important points regarding the acceleration. Acceleration is a vector quantity. Second one is direction of acceleration is the same as the direction of the velocity. We are talking about the linear acceleration. Third one is acceleration can be either positive, zero or negative. Fourth one is acceleration of a body is zero when it moves with uniform velocity. Fifth one is acceleration is measured in centimeter per second square in CGS system, meter per second square in SI system of unit, and if the distance is large, in that condition it is measured in kilometer per hour square. So this is about acceleration. Now uniform acceleration. Similarly, as we have defined uniform velocity, we can also define the uniform acceleration. If equal changes of velocity takes place in equal interval of time, however small these intervals may be, then the body is said to be in uniform acceleration. Or we can say that in a simple language, a body has uniform acceleration if its velocity changes at uniform rate. For example, we take the motion of a freely falling body is uniformly accelerated motion. For that purpose, one animation you can see here, a body is placed at certain height, that is a ball we are taking which is placed at certain height, and when it falls freely, then we say that its motion is uniformly accelerated motion. Like that, you see that. This is called uniformly accelerated motion. Another example we take the motion of a sliding block on a smooth inclined plane is also uniformly accelerated motion. So for that purpose, we are taking here a sliding inclined plane. This one is smooth inclined plane. When a box is placed on it and this hurdle, when we remove it, then the motion of this block on this smooth inclined plane is uniformly accelerated motion. You can see here this animation like that. So this is called uniformly accelerated motion. Now non-uniform acceleration. A body is said to be moving with non-uniform acceleration if its velocity increases by unequal amounts in equal interval of time. That is called non-uniform acceleration. Or we can say that a body has non-uniform acceleration if its velocity changes at non-uniform rate. For example, we take the motion of a car on a crowded city road. Then its speed or velocity changes continuously. You can see here one animation. The car is here and you see that its motion. Then a retardation or deacceleration or negative acceleration word comes if the speed of the body decreases, means retarded. Then at that time the acceleration is called retardation or deacceleration or negative acceleration. So a body is said to be retarded if its velocity decreases with time. You can see here another animation. A car is taken and which is moving with very high speed. In the first animation you see that the car is deaccelerated and come to the halt and then it starts moving. So that is retardation or deacceleration or negative acceleration. And the second animation you are seeing, further you can see the speed of the car or the velocity changes, means increases by unequal interval of time. So second animation is for acceleration and first animation for the retardation or deacceleration. Now there are some graphs for uniformly accelerated motion, that is for positive acceleration, for negative acceleration and for zero acceleration also. You can see all these three graphs. Here the first graph is for the positive acceleration and second graph is for the negative acceleration and third one is for the zero acceleration. Similarly, we can also explain the velocity time graph for uniformly accelerated or deaccelerated motion. So you can see here all four graphs I will display here. And first graph you see this one. In the first graph, motion of the body is in the positive direction with positive acceleration. So in this graph, onto the y-axis we have taken velocity, onto the time axis, that is onto the x-axis the time is taken. So initial velocity of the body is v naught and final velocity is v. Since it is moving with uniformly, so that's why the graph is a straight line. So that indicates that the object is moving in positive direction with positive acceleration. Whereas the second graph, when you see here, the initial velocity is this v naught, and in that condition the motion of the body is in the positive direction but with negative acceleration, means the graph is downward. Since it is a uniformly accelerated motion, so that's why the graph is a straight line. So that indicates that it is a negative acceleration. Whereas in the third graph, the motion of the object is in the negative direction, so that's why it is blow to the origin line with negative acceleration. So again, since it is a uniformly accelerated motion, so that's why graph is a straight line. But here in the fourth graph, when you see that the initial velocity is v naught and it is in the downward direction, so that's why the motion of the body with negative acceleration between the point 0 to t1 and in positive x-axis, and when we take between t1 and t2 time, at that time the graph is at that time the graph you can see here, it is in the negative direction, that is in the negative axis. So these are the four velocity time graph for uniformly accelerated motion. In the first graph, the object is in the positive direction with positive acceleration. In the second graph, the motion of the object in positive direction but negative acceleration. And the third graph, motion of the object is negative direction and with negative acceleration. In the fourth graph, we are having the motion with negative acceleration between 0 and t1 in positive x-axis and between t1 and t2 in negative x-axis. So if you like my video, then like it, subscribe it, press the bell icon. Stay safe, stay healthy, learn physics with my YouTube channel by staying at home. Thank you and have a nice day.